Hi you all and welcome to Draw Along with me. Today I'll be showing you how to animate a dancer in the Procreate app for iPad in honor of St. Patrick's Day. Here let's begin to consolidate a few of these layers so we can start to animate. Click on the Layers panel and merge every layer together that you can. So for example, the legs, leave them alone. You can merge the face. You might want to leave the hair alone if you'd like to be able to modify that during your animation. Merge together all of these layers. Always be watching over here to make sure you don't merge together things that you don't want. For me on this one, I'm going to actually leave the hair on its own, both of them, and the fringe as well. So the other layers that I can merge, I'll do those now. I've already merged the face and the hands with the bandana. So here from the arms up, I can merge these together as well. So here I have the dress on one layer, the fringe, the bandana and hands. They do need to stay beneath the fringe, the hair, and the face. These are all together in one group except for the legs, so let's fix that. Tap on the caret to close the group, click and hold this layer, the legs layer, and lift it up, drop it in the group. Click on the caret and it should be here at the bottom. Great. Just to keep ourselves organized, close that caret, tap on New Group, and click Rename. Rename this to whatever you like. I'm going to start mine with Dancer 1 just to keep myself organized. So as you see, everything is together right now. Great. Click on the wrench. From here, underneath Canvas, find Animation Assist. You can actually hide the drawing guide right now if you like. That way we don't have that line to distract us. Click on the Layers panel, swipe and duplicate the doll. Click on the caret, tap on the legs, and hide them. Now you can see the legs that we've already done. Plus symbol to add a new layer for the new legs. Find the color that you were working with for your legs. Mine was this green, as well as this super dark green for the shadow and the shoes. Use your two-finger pinch to zoom out and then in to wherever you prefer to be. Let's begin by tracing the front leg. So for me, that's this one here. And this one's not really going to move in this frame. If you kept your legs on separate layers, you could literally just copy it and it would be perfectly fine. But for me, I am changing mine as I go. So trace it as best you can, add in parts if you prefer, and take away parts if you don't like them. The doll will be moving, so it won't hurt us too much to have some variance. So for this part, I will trace the shoe, and then I'll go over it in that darker color here in just a moment. Now for this leg, we're just going to try and break it into logical parts. So let's have this part of the leg continue to be straight like this. So we'll basically trace the same part. It can move further this way if you prefer. Change your brush size as needed, of course. And next, let's add in almost straight down. Basically trying to follow this curve to make it kick out. You can even have it pointing that direction a little bit if you prefer. I'm trying that myself to see what I like. And for me, my shoe is just a little bit too long, so I'll try to kick that back a little bit. And I'll bring in the leg where I don't like it. It's looking all right. Let's switch to our darker color and activate Alpha Lock with a 2-finger swipe to the right. So add the shadow where you think it should go, if you're doing that part. And add the black part of the shoe wherever you'd like it to be. Try to keep it fairly uniform. As this is an animation, it will become pretty obvious, and I'm sure it will happen to mine. You can tap play, and as you see, this is going far too rapidly, so tap on settings and bring the frames per second significantly down. Something like 5 or 4 will be fine for now. Tap pause. Click on the layers panel, and here, if you'd like to, you can swipe and delete this old layer we had before. We'll be using this one for the next one. If you'd like to, go ahead and add some different hair bouncing around and change the frills if you'd like to as well. Here, I think I'll just switch between the two colors that I used and try to just have some variance in color. If you want to remake yours entirely, by all means do so. But I think I'll just kick mine out, change the color a little bit. Make sure you are on the right layer and keep on going. Tap on your top dancer one and go ahead and rename that to Eliminate Confusion. Swipe and duplicate and follow the same method. So tap on the legs, turn off the legs, add some new legs, get that color back, and keep on working. So here again, I could just duplicate this leg, and I'll show you how to do that in case you'd like to do that part. So here, if I turn these legs back on and hop over here, turning off Alpha Lock, of course, I'll use the ribbon or selection tool to wrap these legs, and then arrow tool to push them off the screen. Now I'll merge these two together and add my second leg there. Okay, so for this one, I'd like this part of the leg to go out further and to kick out in a point. So let's do that now. A little bit further here, a little bit further inside here, and here is about where it would be, and right about there. So as you can see, I'm not an animator, so this is literally just for fun, and I hope that the results are interesting to you all and that you like this tutorial. You can erase back your lines, your extra lines as needed, but it might actually flow pretty well in the animation, so consider keeping some if you prefer. But if you want to be a perfectionist, by all means do so. Remember to switch to your other color to add in that black if you prefer, but make sure to turn on Alpha Lock. There we go. I can see that this leg is a bit too much, so I'm going to try to bring that in a little bit. Something like that. And play to see where we're at. It's looking okay. And her hair just bounced a little bit, and the fringe just went a little bit as well. I think I'll keep that part, but if you feel like yours is a bit silly, just skip it. Okay, so once again, tap on the caret to hide the group. Go ahead and rename this group. Dancer 3 or whatever is working for you. Let's keep going. So for this next part, because we're going to have this leg now go in front, I actually think we can swipe and duplicate Dancer 2. Go ahead and drag that up to the top and rename it Dancer 4. Now let's test this to see if it actually does work, so hit play. And I think that is working just fine. So now we need to add the front part. Tap pause. So here, tap on the layers panel. Dancer 4 is looking great for this part. I think we can actually take Dancer 1 and just kind of color over it to change that. So swipe and duplicate Dancer 1, drag it all the way to the top, tap on this, rename it Dancer 5 or whatever is working for you, and let's go in and change the color to place this in the front now. Click on that layer. You can turn on your alpha lock again, so that's 2-finger swipe to the right, and switch to the color that you prefer and add in the black in front this time. And if it doesn't work, we will fix this, but I think, I have a feeling anyway, that this is going to work just fine for this part. Now, if you're like super traditionalist and really want to get into it, just go ahead and remake that part, but if you're low on time or just here to have fun, it doesn't have to be totally remade. Let's try it and see if it worked. Tap play. Okay, so it's weird right now because it's a loop and it looks like the foot is going through the leg, but we're going to fix that. So tap pause and let's keep going. Click on the layers panel, scroll to the top, hit that caret to close that group again. Now let's see, I think the next thing is actually going to be to get Dancer 4 back. Swipe and duplicate, drag Dancer 4 to the top, and I think that gets us out of that loop. Let's try it. Click play. There's something a little funny about it. And let's just proceed and see if we can figure it out. Tap on the very top layer. Go ahead and rename this Dancer 6 or whatever you've got going, and we'll go on. So tap on the caret and let's click and hide and show this layer. So I think this layer may need a bit more of a point to it. But we're not here to become professional animators, we're just here to have fun. So let's keep going. Okay, so I do think that, let's see, kicks out, kicks over, kick, and then we should probably point and then place the foot down. So let's try it. So swipe and duplicate this new layer 6. Go ahead and tap, rename it, and do that every time as you need to. Open up the caret, click on the legs layer, hide them, and this is where we need to be. Great. So we need to sort of shift the weight and put her foot down. So I think let's go ahead and turn off alpha lock with the 2-finger swipe right. Use your ribbon tool to get this leg to just get out of here. Arrow tool to push it away. And here we can probably just go ahead and point, and then we'll have a pause and we'll need to put the foot down. So let's try to work with this. Get your other color back for making the legs. Let's try to figure this out. So we want to point the foot ever so slightly, but we'll go ahead and put it back down. I think that's how this is going to work for us. And it might be helpful to watch some videos on this. I watched a few myself. But if you don't want to get into all that, you don't have to. Go ahead and turn on your alpha lock and color in that space with the other color, and we'll see how it goes. I have been forgetting to add my shadow in, so I'll go ahead and do that here in just a moment. If you have as well, my apologies, and we'll just all go ahead and do that and get back to it. So before we do anything else, go ahead and find your layers that don't have shadow and add it in. Oh, that one has it. Great. So it seemed like only 2 of mine didn't have it. Let's proceed. Let's see how this goes. Go ahead and tap play, and we'll see what we need to do next. That is looking so cool. All right, go ahead and tap pause, and let's proceed. Scroll all the way up to the top and hide the caret for Dancer 7. Here, once again, swipe and duplicate Dancer 7, rename it. Tap on the caret and find the legs. Turn off alpha lock if you need to. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and switch the balance from one leg to another, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's actually go ahead and turn off this layer, add a new layer, and try to add this in a kind of diamond shape. Let's do our best to add in a diamond shape that seems pretty logical for what we're trying to do here. So I'm going to make the leg go down this way. The foot is now going to be pointing completely down, and it's touching base here. So I'll have to reshape that foot. It's a bit large for the doll. I think for my doll, this is going to be a bit kind of noodle leggy, but that's okay. It's just for fun, and it's just practice with the animation tools. So for this one, I think I'm going to take out this part of the leg and just duplicate this part by wrapping the ribbon or selection tool around it. 3-finger swipe down, duplicate, flip horizontal, and move to where it should be. So I do think that I need to push both of them further down. And let's try to do that. So click on the layers panel and merge these two together, and then arrow tool and try to make it match up with the other foot where we had it before. I think that will work. So tap on the layers panel, use your 2-finger swipe right to turn on alpha lock. Click on the color circle and get your darker color back. Color in the shadow as well as the shoes, however you'd like them to be. Okay, great. Now let's see how this part turned out. Tap play. So the only thing I'm notating right now is that mine are far wider than the rest of it. And I guess that kind of works because she would be kind of pushing forward, but we don't have the entire body shifting down. So since that's not realistic, let's go ahead and take away the wider legs. So if yours looks like that, follow along with me. If not, go ahead and skip to the next part. So here I just need to thin up these legs a little bit because yes, if we were pushing the whole body down, it would probably look that way. But because we're not, it's not going to look that way. But otherwise, that was looking okay. you've taken away enough, or you think you have, let's go ahead and test it again and see what we've got. Okay, here we go. Play. I think we're doing all right. So let's keep going. Tap pause. So for this next part, tap on the very top layer, swipe left, tap duplicate. As always, tap on this and rename it. Tap on the caret and find your legs, hide them. Now scroll to your dancer 2, tap on the caret, swipe down, find the legs, swipe left, tap duplicate. Click and hold on the legs and drag them up into that top group right above the old legs. Oops. Try again if you don't get something right the first time. Now these legs are backwards, so let's click on the arrow, flip horizontal, and then find where that would be touching. So it looks like right about here. And those other legs are still a bit wide, so I might go in and fix that, but for now, 2-finger swipe right. Go ahead and swipe to delete the invisible ones that we hid before. And switch to your other color and add in the legs if you'd like a little bit more volume. I think that one needed it, and the other one's probably fine. So let's go ahead and test this idea. Click play and see what happens. Great, okay. So I think we can continue with this, and it does look like I have little twig legs sometimes and kind of realistic legs other times, but that's all right. This is just for fun. Tap pause. Click on the layers panel and scroll all the way to the top, hide the caret, tap on this layer. Okay, so now we need to close this bottom caret for dancer 2, swipe left, tap duplicate, tap to rename this one to dancer 10 or whatever you've got. And here, tap on the caret to open the group, click on the legs, hide them. Click on the caret for dancer 3, swipe and duplicate those legs, click and hold, drag them all the way to the top, and place them once again above your other legs, if you're able to. Okay, once again, we need to flip these, so tap on the arrow tool, flip horizontal. Oh no, her legs are running away. Let's go ahead and scooch those over and place them where we think they should go. Once again, I think I'll add a little bit more volume to this one. Tap the arrow if you need to move it around, of course. Layers panel, swipe and delete the old legs. Turn off alpha lock with a 2-finger swipe right. And use your color to add in volume if you need to or would like to. Okay, let's go ahead and test this idea. Click on play. Okay, it seems like we're almost all the way in a full loop. We still have a few more steps though. So tap pause, click on the layers panel, hide the caret. If you have extra legs like I do in layer 8, to save layer space, of course, go through and delete those. Next, swipe left, duplicate, tap, rename, 11, or whatever you're working with, enter, or return. Hide the dancer 3 legs and show the dancer 4 legs. Great, okay. So tap on the caret on dancer 11, hide the legs. In dancer 4, swipe and duplicate. Press and hold and carry these legs all the way up to the top, right above those old legs. Oop, mine made it, great. Once again, arrow tool, flip horizontal, and push this where it needs to be. Add a bit more volume if you prefer, which I do. So 2-finger swipe right, get your color, add it in. And keep on keeping on. All right, let's test this idea. Click play. Nearly there, great. Tap pause. Click on the layers panel. Hide group 4, or dancer 4, I should say. Swipe and delete this one. Hide the caret. Tap on dancer 11, swipe and duplicate. Tap on this layer, rename. Dancer 12, or whatever you like. Tap on the caret. Tap on legs, hide them. Go to dancer 5, open the caret, swipe and duplicate. Click and hold these and drag them all the way to the top to place them underneath those other legs. Hide the other legs, of course. Okay, let's test this idea and see what happens. Back, front, out, and nowhere so far. Tap pause, scroll up to the top, swipe and duplicate. Once again, go through and delete any invisible layers you have, like in Dancer 12. I'll delete that one. And this one as well. Tap on this layer, rename it. Tap on the legs, hide them. Find Dancer 6, tap on the caret, swipe, and duplicate these. Press and hold, drag them all the way up above those other legs that you just hid. Great. Tap on the arrow tool, flip horizontal, move it to where you think it should be. If you need to add volume or would like to, go ahead and do that now. Click on the layers panel, 2-finger swipe right to turn off alpha lock, and add it in where you think it should go. Okay, let's test this idea again. Play. She kind of seems to do a little skip. That's fun. So pause. Swipe and delete this, of course. Hide the layer 6 group. Tap on the caret. Tap on this group I should say. Swipe, duplicate, tap the top one, rename. 14. Tap on the caret. Tap on the legs, hide them. Find 7, dancer 7. Swipe and duplicate. Click and hold, let it jump in the air and drag it up right above those legs again. Arrow tool, flip horizontal, move it to where you think it should go, and add volume as always if you prefer. So 2-finger swipe right and add it in. Let's test this idea. Tap play. Aha! So this layer we forgot, or I forgot, I should say, you guys are not at fault, to flip horizontal. So go ahead and open up that layer group, which for me is 12. Tap on the legs and arrow tool, flip horizontal. Add in volume if you prefer, and I do. So I'll go ahead and do that. Add a much smaller brush size since now I've got the foot to deal with. Okay, let's test this again. Play. Much better. Great. I think we're almost there. So tap pause. And if you need to, you can do what I did, which is to slowly go through it, tapping on these ones at the bottom frame. So I tapped here and I was like, okay, this one's in front and this one's behind. So then it starts to kick out, point, back in front, out, point, down, up with the other one now, out, in front, out, point, and I think we're going to land on the toes again. Click on the layers panel, hide the carrot, hide the carrot, hide the carrot. Swipe and duplicate. Tap on this group, rename it. Tap here, and 15 or whatever you're working with. So if that was 7, I think it will be an 8. And it looks to be an 8. Great. Tap on the carrot, find the legs. If you have extras, delete them. And mine are in 14 and 15. Tap on the legs, hide them. Scroll to Dancer 8. Swipe. Duplicate. Press and hold. Drag them all the way up right above those old legs. Right here. Something like that happens to you, just go ahead and try again. So click and hold and drag them all the way up above the old legs and drop them. Hide the carrot, hide the carrot, hide the carrot. Click play. My only thing is I don't see it kicking out and going behind for this second part, so let me figure out what happened here. I think here we're meant to be behind, so let's go ahead and change that. Open up that group, and here you can turn on alpha lock if you prefer. Color over it so that this one is in the back, the way we had for the very first one. And now we'll figure out how to add in the one that we want in front. So let's play, starting over here. So that one's in back. Great. Add a bit more volume to this one. And I'll turn off the alpha lock to add even more, I think. Great. So then it goes out and points, but this point is to go down, and then we land there to start over again, basically. So I'd like it to point and then, so out, point, out to here, that one. So we'll duplicate this one. Click on the layers panel. That one's going to be in Dancer 10. And Dancer 15 is actually going to be, we're holding on to that one. So we're on Dancer 14. Swipe and duplicate. Rename this one. I know it's a bit confusing, but just stay with me here. And I think the one we want is in Dancer 10. So open up that carrot, swipe and duplicate. So let's go ahead and make sure we've opened up this carrot and click and hold, drag this one all the way up right above those old legs, right here. If something like that happens to you, don't worry about it, just swipe, take it outside of that group, swipe, delete the group. Here we want to hide these legs and show these ones, so swipe and delete. And let's test this at dancer 15, not that top one. Great, so now we've got a point and we want to basically duplicate everything in reverse and get in front and then end the animation. So this one we're holding on to because that will be the point down. Okay, great. So now we're going to duplicate all of these ones. But let's work backwards. So dancer 14, swipe, duplicate, drag it above dancer 15, tap on this, rename it, dancer 16. Dancer 13, swipe, duplicate, drag it above dancer 16, tap on it, rename it, dancer 17. Dancer 12 now, swipe, duplicate, drag it up above 17, tap on it, rename it, dancer 18. And here, open up this caret, and we would like to now change this so it's in front. So find your other color that you're working with and color in the shoe. Play if you'd like to test it. Nice. So now we need to bring it down. Swipe, duplicate, drag dancer 17 above dancer 18 and rename it. All right, you all, if you ever run out of layers, just go through and see what you can combine together. So I'm going to start with dancer 1. And I actually do think my fringe and hair, bandana, and hands can all go together. And I do think my hair with the curly cues can go together. And even the face as well. So now I still got my fringe separated from my hair so I can keep working and playing with that if I want to. So I'll do the same on all of these. Okay, so I think I've still got plenty of layers to work with. It looks like I didn't do much with the hair after that one part. So maybe I'll take that out or maybe I'll keep it. So let's see, I'll figure out which ones those are on. So this one's plain, this one has a little extra. So we were on dancer 17, excuse me, dancer 16, duplicate it, drag it up above dancer 19, tap on this layer, rename it, dancer 20, and we'll double check to make sure it's good. And then we would like to bring it down into that point, which is this dancer 15. So tap on this, rename it, dancer 21, try it. I think there might be one thing missing. Let's double check. Click on the Layers panel, and this one's highlighted. So it's these two that I'm thinking we might need for the end to make it loop back. Layers panel, swipe, duplicate, tap on the caret, go ahead and tap on layer 17, arrow tool, flip horizontally, move it to where you think it should go, add volume if you prefer. And I will do that myself. Just a little bit here. Then go ahead and close the caret on this new dancer 6. Click and hold this group and drag it all the way up to the top above dancer 21. Tap on this layer, rename it. And let's see if this works. So here, point, land, up. So it is going the other direction. So we actually do need that to be flipped back. Dancer 22, click on the legs, arrow tool, flip horizontal, and line it back up with this foot. And let's try that again. Arrow tool to get out of that. Tap here, here, here. And then it needs to point out, and then it will go to the very beginning, which is over here. So that was dancer 6. So dancer 7 is the other one we want. So swipe and duplicate. Click and hold dancer 7. We don't need to flip it horizontal as I thought before. Drag it all the way to the top and drop it. Close the caret on dancer 22. Rename this one if you prefer. Now let's try this out. Play. And I think that might be it, y'all. So I think we finally got the seamless kick. So back, front, switch, back, front, switch. I think it works. That's awesome. And the only thing to change is going to be like if you want to add the bouncing hair and the fringe. But congratulations, now you've got a dancing doll in the Procreate app for iPad. Add the hair bouncing and the fringe bouncing if you prefer. So I'm going to find out where I change those. So here's regular. They're slightly different. And it stayed slightly different. So I will try to modify mine just a little bit on each of them to make it kind of go together. You don't have to do this part, but if you want to, go ahead and do that now. Great job with this, you all. If you'd like to stop now, I understand. Go ahead. If you'd like to add a background as well, follow along with me in the next steps. Click on Gallery, tap Select, click on this animation, duplicate, X to get out of that. So now you have the illustration, the animation by itself. Let's add a background to this one. Close any carrots that are open. Click on the top group, plus symbol to add a new layer. Drag this layer all the way beneath all of your other ones. Tap on this layer, rename it, background or whatever you like. Tap to get out of that. Now here at the bottom, where all the panels are, tap on this new white page, which should be the very first one, and select background. Now we can create the background on this layer, however we'd like it to be. Choose whatever color you want to be in the background and drag it into the space. You can absolutely try different things and see what you like. I think I like that one for mine, so I'll keep it. So I think I'll first start by giving her something to stand on. And I'll just go ahead and bring up my brush size and fill this in manually. So here is her platform. Perhaps I'll make this color a bit lighter where she is to kind of indicate that there's a bit of a spotlight and a bit of texture to the platform. Making sure to leave a bit of a shadow right here because she will be pretty constant. If you don't like this part, just go over it or create a background entirely of your own design. To help me make the curtains in the background, I will use the Symmetry tool. Click on the wrench, Drawing Guide, Edit Drawing Guide, and here we want to tap on this blue button and click Reset. If you were in the first part of this tutorial, you might have moved your bar like I did to create the pattern on the dress, and so as you see, we need to move this back over. Tap Done. Add your curtains however you'd like them to be, wherever you'd like them to be, and we'll continue. And you can add a bit of a lighter, brighter color to indicate the kind of ripples in the curtains if you prefer. And just opposite, you could add a darker color as well. And you can even frame it in with a bit of a darker color. Whatever you prefer. Turn off your drawing assist on the layer itself. Add texture with this brush and color wherever you'd like it to be. Like for example, I want it to be over the whole thing if I can. You can even add a new layer if it helps you. and go over the whole thing. Using the side of the brush. Clipping mask, linear burn, you can even group these together and this will be your background. So when you have it however you'd like it to be, go ahead and tap on play and see how it looks. Now obviously there are a billion things that we could add to this, but I think we should call it quits for now.